Welcome to our third video. It's once again preparing for full-time RV living. And as we promised in our last two videos, we are going to show you some of our trailer mods that we've done to prepare our RV for full-time living. And so right now we're actually sitting in our 37-foot Cedar Creek fifth wheel. It's warm enough finally outside that we're able to push the slides out, and we've started to prepare it for our upcoming season. We'll be moving into it for 6 months this year, and hopefully next year it'll be 12 months. We'll see how it goes.
Well, our house listed today. We have the sign in the front yard now, so hopefully we get a fast sell. So yeah, if it does sell, and we'll be homeless. But no, we're going to be moving into our trailer for the summer anyway. So if it does sell next winter, we'll probably just rent somewhere for now. But yeah.
Yeah. So you know what they say about cameras adding 10 pounds? Well, I think that's totally wrong. I think they add actually about 30 pounds because I'm really a small guy. I noticed it watching our last video that they definitely added way too much weight for myself.
I agree.
So anyway, back to our trailer mods that we promised you. In our last fifth wheel, we took out our existing TV, and it was a tube TV back then. And when we removed the TV and put in a flat screen above it, we had this huge compartment that we, I guess, tried to decide what we're going to do with that area. Yeah. So we brainstormed for a while, and I think it was you came up with an idea of a wine rack. So that's what, I guess, sparked our wine rack in RV. And we went ahead and I built a wine rack to put in there. But I didn't want to build just any old wine rack. I wanted to build a wine rack that was functional. So when I say functional, I mean something we can put wine in and not worry about. We can travel with it. It's not moving, yet it looks good. So that was a little bit of thinking to come up with something that actually works in an RV. I mean, there's RVs now that you can buy, of course, with wine racks, but none of them are what I call functional wine racks. So we ended up building one, and we loved it. And I don't know, if we can find a photo of it, we might show you a photo of our old one, just in case, you know, some of you have older RVs that still have that great big area that you need to do something with. And anyway, so when we bought our new trailer, it was automatically on the list. We need a wine rack. We loved the wine rack. And so when we got our new trailer home, it was, we sat and we looked and decided, you know, where should we put a wine rack here?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of room to add more stuff.
No, because, I mean, obviously we didn't have the big tube TV anymore. They're all flat screens over the fireplace in this particular one. So we looked around, and we looked at we have an island in here. And our counter on the top actually extends over the island quite a bit on both sides. And sitting in our living room here, staring at the back of or the side, I guess, of the island, it was kind of bare. So we got looking at it and going, you know, that's a great spot for a wine rack. Not only is it a good spot, but it's, I guess, aesthetically pleasing to sit in our living room and look at a nice wine rack. So,
well, I get in trouble when the wine rack isn't full, though.
It looks best when it's full,
yeah,
for sure. So anyway, that's our first mod that we're going to show you. And probably our next video, we may show you what's on the other side of the island that we did some mods on. But we won't show you that this time. So I guess as far as the wine rack goes, I'm just going to check my notes here just to make sure we're not missing anything before we go look at it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think the thing now is maybe why don't we wander over and give you a really close look at what we did. All right, so here is our island, as we mentioned. And the wine rack is obviously on this side of the island, which faces our living room here. And come on in, we'll have a close look at what we did. So you can have a good look here. What we did to make this functional is I actually have rubber O-rings, which actually support the bottles. They don't rattle, they don't move, they don't jump up and down. And with these bottles like this, we can travel just fine. They're very easy to get in and out. Like I say, it's what I call a functional wine rack. This one only holds 6 bottles, but this is, it filled the space nice, and this is what we chose to do here. If you guys have any questions on how I built this, it's built out of 3/4 inch maple, and it's stained to match the existing island, so that that way it looks like it was built from the factory. So anyway, hopefully Forest River doesn't steal my idea and start putting them in like this. But anyway, this is the wine rack, and like I say, if you have any questions, by all means send us some comments. We'll answer your questions on the wine rack and what it took to get it done, and so on. All right, well, hopefully you had a good close-up look at the wine rack for this video, and as we mentioned, for next episode we're going to show you what we did on the other side of the island. We just found that space on both sides of that island could be utilized, and we came up with something over there that we'll show you for next time.
So if you liked that, if you liked the idea of the wine rack, give us a thumbs up and send us any comments if you want to know more about how we did it. And also subscribe to see more future episodes of our journey in the trailer.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, anyway, we're sorry about the delay between our last video and this one. It took a little over a week. We try to get them out every week, but I've been busy putting automated sewer and gray water valves on our trailer. So we put what's called the auto drain valves on it. We'll be doing, I guess, a short video on that as well, and why we chose to go with electric ones versus the cables. As you know, if you follow any of the RV forums, cables tend to always be a bit of an issue long term, whether they break, stretch, or they're not supported properly, or they're just hard to pull and hard to close, and sometimes they just don't. What ours ended up doing is pushing the main sewer when closed, wouldn't close it all the way anymore. And we all know what that results in. It's not fun at the dump station.
No.
So I did add the auto drains, and so now we just get to push buttons, and the motors are right on the valves themselves, so no more cables. But anyway, that will be another episode at another time. But I guess one of the big reasons for the delay is I wanted to get that done.
Yeah, while the weather was still kind of decent. And also, if you're heading out on the road, full-time RVing, part-time RVing, or if you're just staying at home, you want to earn some extra money, I have a solution to that. It's an online digital marketing business. I will put the link below. You can check it out.
Yeah, great. Right next to our trailer, and we're on our acreage still. As we mentioned, it just went on the market. But right next to our trailer is our son's RV, and next weekend we're going to add a exterior compartment door for his outside storage. He has bunks at the back, but they didn't utilize the space under the bottom bunk. And as a lot of the tag trailers, they don't have a lot of storage from outside. In fact, very little. So we're going to add a nice 40-inch by 20-inch high door. So we'll probably do a video on that too.
Yeah, it's going to be a little cutting.
Yeah. So, anybody that wants a little more storage and has space inside to do it, so cutting in a exterior cargo bay door.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, as you know, we're heading towards trying to full-time, depending on the sale of our house and a few other minor things. But our plan is we're going to try and get a nice balance between boondocking and RV resorts, or I guess RV campgrounds.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to travel quite a bit and not just stay at one spot. So in preparation for boondocking, we feel we're pretty prepared because we've been doing this for a long time. We've had numerous RVs. I don't know if you've watched our series, but we've had lots of RVs. And the last 2 RVs, we've gotten pretty solar heavy because we do a lot of dry camping as it is. So we probably, in our travels in the summer and every weekend that we take the trailer somewhere else, we live in it, but we also go places. So when we go places, a lot of places we go simply don't have hookups or power. And we survive quite fine with our solar system that we added and our battery system. And I'll probably do maybe a video on what we did that works well for us.
And also for you that do like to go to RV, like camping spots, RV spots, but most of the time the unserviced spots are the biggest and the best. So you might want to hook up with solar and extra batteries and stuff like that just to get your unit in a bigger spot. So it's really helpful even in camping sites.
Yeah, for sure. It just gives you that extra flexibility on where you want to stay, and then all of a sudden if you don't have hookups, it's really no big deal. Our system, I've built the transfer switch. It's all automated. I can even show you how I built one of those ourselves rather than purchasing one. But it's all automated between the shore power generator and solar, so it looks after itself that way. But it's nice to pull in and with solar and batteries and throw on our inverter, and it's no different than being plugged in. We have every outlet, everything other than, of course, our air conditioner.
Yeah.
We're able to power off the inverter.
Yeah.
And we do quite fine as long as we get some sun over. We don't have more than a couple days without some sun to charge. I guess in the event that we're socked in, we always have an onboard generator too.
Yeah,
so we can always use that. Last year I didn't even start the generator, so goes to show you how well the solar actually did work.
Yeah, and plus we're careful. We don't leave all the lights on in the trailer, and
sure, you gotta be conscious of conserving power for sure. But that being said, we run our coffee pots,
blow
dryers, we have an air fryer, and I even run the fireplace sometimes off the inverter.
Yeah, we don't go without, that's for sure.
No, so we don't suffer by any means.
No.
Yeah, so yeah, so I mean, for this video, I think that's all I have. And so once again, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more of the mods that we have lots. So
yeah, we do.
We're gonna show you, as we promised, a lot of the different mods. So stay tuned to see what we've done, and I think you'll be, surprised at the mods that we did, that they actually all look pretty factory.
Yeah, they do look good.
I don't think you would walk into our trailer and go, that's been done after, or that stands out, or whatever.
No.
So anyway, yeah, like us, subscribe, and by all means ask questions and comments, and we'll be happy to answer.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right.
Take care and safe travels.